Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're unpacking something kind of mind-blowing, the illusion of income. We almost always think that the raw size of our paycheck is what dictates our financial destiny, right? But what if the real driving force is something completely different? Today, we're looking at the absolute foundation of financial success, something that is honestly entirely within your control. We're breaking down poor versus rich money habits. Picture this in your mind for a second. Have you ever wondered why two people can earn the exact same salary, working the exact same job, living in the exact same city, but one stays constantly broke while the other just keeps getting richer? It's a total paradox, but we see it all around us. You probably know these people, or hey, maybe you've even found yourself stuck in this cycle. You know, you're bringing in a solid wage, you're working super hard, but month after month, the math just doesn't seem to add up. You're stressed out while your coworker seems completely financially at ease. So where is the disconnect?
Well, here's the twist. The answer isn't always income. That is a massive shift in how most of us are taught to view personal finance. Your financial trajectory is ultimately determined by your money habits, not just the size of your paycheck. It is so incredibly easy to fall into the trap of thinking, man, if I just get that promotion or if I could just get that holiday bonus, all my money problems will magically disappear. But the truth revealed in our source material today is way more grounded. It's all about those silent, everyday behaviors you repeat over and over again.
Let's look at what happens on payday. On one side, you have the poor money habit. A person gets paid, and immediately they start spending. The money is literally out the door the second it hits their checking account. Now on the flip side, the rich money habit. A person gets paid, and immediately they start saving. They might automate a 10% transfer to an index fund before they even really see the cash. A person with poor habits gets paid and immediately starts spending. A person with rich habits gets paid and immediately starts saving. It's a subtle shift in timing, for sure, but a massive shift in the actual outcome. And you know, that immediate spending, it usually leads right into the next major trap. A poor money habit involves buying things you don't actually need, like, say, upgrading to a brand new car just to impress a neighbor you don't even talk to. It's the classic trap of wasting money to keep up appearances for total strangers, which just leaves you sitting there at the end of the month, scratching your head, wondering where all your hard-earned cash went. Conversely, the rich habit is rooted in avoiding unnecessary expenses and thinking really carefully before purchasing. It's highly intentional. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about protecting your wealth from that impulsive, emotionally driven spending. So how do we actually build that level of intentionality? Let's walk through the exact battle plan of how a person with rich habits operates. Step 1. Save or invest a portion of your income right off the bat. Secure your future first. Step 2. Create a budget. You got to give every single dollar a designated job so you aren't left guessing at the end of the month. Step 3, avoid those unnecessary expenses. Cut the fluff. And finally, step 4, think carefully before every single purchase. Just pause, reflect, and ask yourself if this aligns with your actual needs. This sequence is the literal blueprint for taking back control of your money. Honestly, how many of these 4 steps are currently in your monthly routine?
And this brilliantly illustrates what it all comes down to, a fundamental tug of war. Poor habits are completely obsessed with looking rich to the outside world, while rich habits are quietly focused on actually becoming rich behind the scenes. When it comes to purchases, poor habits accumulate liabilities, whereas rich habits accumulate assets. And finally, look at the ultimate goal. It's a battle between quick, fleeting pleasure on one side and sustainable, long-term freedom on the other. This right here essentially summarizes the entire philosophy of wealth building.
Let's zoom in on those purchases for a sec. What exactly are liabilities in this context? Well, they're those expensive phones, the designer clothes, or those flashy cars that you can't really afford. Poor habits drive people to buy these specific items in a vain attempt to project wealth. It's all about chasing that quick dopamine hit, that immediate rush of a new purchase. But here's the problem. You buy a flashy new car, and it loses 20% of its value the second you drive it off the lot. A liability inherently loses value over time and usually costs you money to maintain. It actively drains your wealth.
Now let's shift the focus to the solution. What do rich habits buy? They buy assets. An asset is an investment, a piece of a business, or even high-value personal skills, like learning to code or mastering digital marketing, things that can generate more money over time. Notice the stark mechanical difference here? A liability takes money out of your pocket month after month. An asset puts money into your pocket month after month.
Rich habits prioritize acquiring these specific assets because that is literally the only proven way to build long-term financial freedom. You aren't just buying things, you're buying back your future time.
So the absolute crucial point is this. Wealth isn't one big decision. It's not a lottery ticket. It's not a sudden inheritance. It's not some single lucky stock pick that changes your life overnight. No, it is hundreds of small, smart decisions made every single month. It's setting up that automatic transfer to savings. It's skipping the impulse buy at the checkout counter. It's reviewing your budget on a Sunday morning. It's a snowball effect. Each tiny, seemingly insignificant choice builds on the last one. It gains speed, it gains mass. It compounds day after day, month after month, until those small, smart decisions create an absolutely unstoppable momentum of financial security.
Which brings us to our final question. I want you to truly ask yourself this. Are your money habits making you look rich, or are they making you become rich? If you want true financial freedom, don't start by trying to magically change your salary. You can't always control your income overnight. Start by changing your habits. Master the resources you have right now, and I promise you, the rest will follow. Think about which side of the table you want to be on. The choice is yours.